Hi. Welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz, and I will be guiding you on this journey today. So this time around, we're going to be using the Guardian of the Night Tarot, and then Spirit of the Animals. So they both kind of have like animal vibes to them, which is kind of cool. Anyway, I don't really have much else to add to that. I hope you're all doing well. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Great. So if you're here, then you are a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Love that. Let's get you a oracle card. Just an overall vibe. I picked two decks that are so awkward to shuffle. So cards might just go flying everywhere at some point. Like that. We have Dolphin, play, swim in the happy joy of living, inhale confidence and exhale fear, dive into your wisdom, go with the flow. Love that. But it is so interesting that it's water. I mean, maybe you have some water placements, like, you know, significant water placements in your chart. Maybe you don't have to, but it's just kind of interesting because you guys are a fire sign. And there's a card that came out that was like predominantly water. But, you know, I mean, dolphins, they are like always portrayed as, oh my gosh, and I just looked at my Apple TV and one of the screensavers was the dolphins. Maybe even look up like the dolphin totem. I wonder, the book might even mention the dolphin totem. I'll take a look after we get the tarot cards out. But they are always portrayed as like being playful and chatty and social and, you know, so it's July, right? Like it's getting warm. Maybe it's already warm where you are. Where I'm at, it went from being like rainy for the whole month of June to like 90 in a day. So maybe, you know, if you have an opportunity, that's too many cards. We just need 6. If you have an opportunity to go sit by water or float on some water, you know, like whether that's by boat or grab a floaty and, you know, just float around. Even, you know, like how people like raft down rivers, right? Like it's super chill. You just like kind of tie up to everybody and you float down a river, you know? That's always fun. We have the 8 of Wands. There's that fire. We have the Hierophant. Is this 4? Yeah, okay. We have the Moon, 10 of Wands, Page of Swords, and the Death card. Interesting. And then the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the Ace of Wands. Wow. Interesting. Okay, kind of had to like move some things around. These cards are so big. Okay, Dolphin. Let me just... Playful, sociable, curious. Some of the words that we were already talking about. Communicator, freedom, musical, healing, breath, joy, love, family, trust, wisdom, peace. If Dolphin is your totem, you can be sure that a deeper reality awaits you. Dolphin helps you dive into hidden secrets and will teach you the sacred breath of life. Dolphin people are natural healers through the strength of their love, endless joy, and primordial sounds. And Dolphin is a master of the power of breath. They ask us to meditate with long, slow, controlled breathing. This practice will energize every cell in your body and mind. Learn to breathe like the dolphin, and they will take you to new dimensions of consciousness. Tension and stress will drop away, and playfulness will emerge. Dolphin represents gentle, friendly power and less endangered. If you have dolphin medicine, it is good to note the strength they gain from their pod. They know a shark when they see one and will gather to protect their group. Dolphins are messengers from spirit, and if you listen, they will bring you guidance, healing, and opportunities. Be like Dolphin. Go with the flow and live in love, laughter, and joy. I love that. Very interesting, because we start with the Eight of Wands, and wands have to do with fire. Again, right? Like, you guys are a fire sign. But, fire represents the actions that we take, but also like the motivation behind the actions that we take. It's our passions, our desires. How are we even communicating those things? Right? So the Eight of Wands is usually like a card of transformation. What? That's interesting. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say communication. But maybe there is some form of transformation that is coming by way of communication. Because even, like the book was talking about communication. There is, if you can see it, there is a snake in here. Snakes do tend to shed their skin. Right? I mean, this hawk kind of looks like it's hunting also. So you could be either one of those figures. The snake could be trying to blend in so that they're not prey. You could be the hawk that's coming in, but either way, the Eight of Wands is generally really fast moving. It can be unexpected. So there could be some form of communication happening. It could even just be something that either somebody says or you hear in passing that just kind of sparks something for you. And the Ten of Wands is, first of all, it's a completion, but it is generally a card of being like overwhelmed or burdened. But with it being a card of completion too, if you have felt overwhelmed, if you have felt burdened, then that would be coming to an end. But also, like, I see wands as being experience. It's information and knowledge, because that's what we get by trying things, right? Like we learn what works, we learn what doesn't. We figure out what we like, we figure out what we don't like by trying things. Even, like communication is a form of art too. If you've had any type of customer service job, that there is a bit of an art that goes into communicating effectively. That, it doesn't even necessarily work all the time. But so even like the Ten of Wands, I also see the Ten of Wands as being like all those life experiences that we've picked up from the Ace to the 10 or to the 9, really. And it does kind of feel like a burden sometimes, but it's also knowledge. And it's kind of like you're picking up everything that you've learned, everything that you've acquired and figured out over, the last however long. And you're starting to move forward now. And especially with the Hierophant being next, the Hierophant is a card of Taurus. There could be a Taurus around. You could have significant Taurus placements. You don't have to. But, we can see here that this mouse is kind of up on this pedestal, and there's these other mice that are looking up to it. So the Hierophant does talk about passing along knowledge and information. It's traditional teachings, which can fall anywhere from, like college to religion to astrology, even, because that's been around, I believe, longer than religion has. So it's like passing along these things that you have picked up, the wisdom that you've gained over the last however long. It could be your whole life, it could be the last year, And of course, you could be this figure, you could be looking to be this figure, or you could be one of these people down here. Either way, one isn't better than the other. It could even be a mentor. You could be becoming a mentor, you could be meeting a mentor, but it would either be you sharing your knowledge or you would be learning something from somebody else. And it's paired with the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords, swords have to do with our mind, thoughts, ideas, inspiration. I also see swords as being the card of ego, or the suit of ego, because that's generally where we hear our ego, is in our minds. And our ego is made up of the stories that we attach to experiences, right? Whether they're correct or not, whether they are true or not, and whether they're ours or not. It could be something somebody imprinted onto us, a story that we were told and we just, kind of absorbed as being part of our personality. So the Page of Swords is putting new ideas into practice. So there's a little bit of an arrogance or like an ignorance that comes with a Page of Swords. And of course, that can go either way. It could be negative if you're not open to learning or to understanding or being open to other perspectives. But it could just be not knowing enough. You have all of this kind of wisdom over here by like trying things, and now there's this leveling up kind of happening, or even just something new or a deeper depth of understanding, because the Page of Swords is going to put a new idea into practice and see how it goes. It is kind of trying new things. Swords are also about truth. It's like divine truth. So there could be, something that you are discovering about yourself here. Having to confront something, either about yourself or about your life or about, something along those lines. And it's interesting that they're looking at this Ten of Wands here. So it could even just be examining what the Ten of Wands was for you. But also like moving on. Maybe even like attaching a different story to the Ten of Wands. Just kind of like looking at it from a different perspective in some capacity. That's very interesting. And then we have the Moon card, which is the card of Cancer or Pisces, depending on who you ask, but it's Cancer for me. We have the Death card, which is Scorpio. But the Moon card it's a little bit of uncertainty, because it talks about, like things just haven't like fully been revealed yet. And there's kind of this like hurry up and wait type of like feeling to it. Like things will be revealed when they are meant to be revealed. There's also, kind of like leaning into uncertainty. It can be about secrets. So there could be, like, even like I was saying with this Page of Swords, there could be, a truth that is, kind of being discovered or understood in a different capacity. And, maybe it's bringing up the Moon card, or there's going to be a secret that's going to be revealed around that, which is very interesting. And it could even have to do with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant could be an authority figure in your life. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, it's so interesting that this Dolphin card came out, because maybe things have been a bit too serious for Leo right now, and this is what you are wishing for, like I would love to have like some play and joy around. I was just reading the card again. Dive into your wisdom. Go with the flow. Very fitting too. Then we have the Death card. Oh my gosh. What is going on here, Leo? Like, okay, so we have this Hierophant, right? There's this mouse here. And then we have this owl that is carrying a mouse. And that mouse has a halo. So, the Death card says that something has to end in order for something new to begin. There's that saying that every new beginning disguises itself as an end, right? That's basically what the Death card is talking about. It's like everything has their cycle. It's the cycle of life, basically, too. So just because something ends, it doesn't mean like all is lost. It just means that there's a new opportunity, which is interesting because we have the Ace of Cups right behind that. So there's this new opportunity that is going to be presenting itself if the Death card shows up. So again, just a correlation between these two cards coming out in the same reading. We have that mouse there, and now we have the mouse here. So there could be, again, like I was saying with the Moon card, a secret being revealed, something coming out that is going to probably not necessarily shed a great light on this figure here. And again, it could be you, it could be somebody else in your life, or your childhood, previous, like from back in the day. Oh, that's a rat. I wonder if the Hierophant is supposed to be a rat too. It is a rat. That is so interesting. Especially, we're talking about wisdom over here. Owls talk about wisdom also. Rat, in the book, it says intelligence, tradition, success, tenacity. So this could even just be, like if you have been trying to kind of fit yourself into a box, and especially a box that wasn't even created by you, but if it's like a family expectation, if it's a societal expectation, cultural, whatever, right? Even religious, conservative, whatever, right? You get the point. If it's not a box that was constructed by you, that would be hugely uncomfortable, I feel like, for a Leo. For a lot of people, but for Leo especially. So now it's kind of like I understand why this card came out, because it is almost like, really kind of going back to your roots. That would be why the Burden card has come out too. That could be why the Page of Swords is looking at this Burden card. And like I said, a truth being revealed or even communicated. The Moon card, like with a secret coming out, or even just expressing a part of you that you have kept hidden, or that, because the Moon obviously comes out at night, right? So it could be something that you didn't express like during the daytime, which is very interesting. And then with the Death card, it's kind of like this feeling of releasing that box, right? Like breaking the box down. And then we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, which is new love. It's a new opportunity. And love, of course, can be love of self, having a new outlook on life. It's literally your cup is running over. It's so full that it's running over, right? So it's almost kind of like this sense of freedom, You know, the burden has been lifted, the kink in the hose has been unkinked. So now all of that water can just kind of rush through, right? And then we have the Ace of Wands right behind that. So, you know, not only are we feeling great, but, you know, kind of getting that fire back. And especially too, like, look at the similarities between these two cards, the Moon card and the Ace of Wands. It's like the same buildings in the background. And like I said, right, nighttime, we have these fireflies out here. I am curious what like the book says about the Six of Swords is moving forward, judgment. See, and I accidentally said transformation with the Eight of Wands, and look at this. Holy crap, Leo. So there's this snake silhouette here, and then we have this snake shedding the skin. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that with the Eight of Wands when I accidentally said transformation. So again, right, if you've just been, you know, kind of like hiding out in the sense of not wanting to express yourself in like a capacity that is aligned and authentic to yourself, this reading is all about, you know, the energy is available for you to do that. And you have my full support also. The spider is patience, creativity, awareness, vibration, connected. The firefly is guidance, creativity, and inspiration. I love that. I love this for you, Leo. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.